Good evening, and welcome to our Goldfarb School of Nursing Scholarship Donor Appreciation Evening, Lighting the Path to Distinction. I'm Susan L., Vice President and Executive Director of the Foundation for Barnes-Jewish Hospital. And as most of you know, I'm also a nurse, and I can tell you firsthand the importance and the significance of having someone to light the way on making the decision to become a nurse. Mentors are critical in helping students navigate their paths to becoming nurse leaders, and we are so grateful to all of you, our donors, board members, and faculty for taking on that role. I would like to extend a special welcome and thank you to the board members of the Foundation and Goldfarb School of Nursing who are with us tonight. Your leadership is so important to Goldfarb's vision of preparing exceptional nurse leaders in an academic, learner-centered environment. Your support of scholarships has a profound impact on the education and lives of our students, our Goldfarb Heroes in Training. You will hear from some of our students now. I'm certain that you will find their stories as moving as I do. We encourage you to share your thoughts and comments on their testimonials in the chat box on your screen. Thank you again for joining us, and please enjoy these words from our grateful students to you, our treasured donors.
Prior to nursing school, I used to work, I still do work in pharmacy as a pharmacy tech, pursuing a career in pharmacy. But the last couple of years, I'd say I had been feeling that it wasn't as hands-on as I'd like it to be. I just felt like I always needed a little bit more patient interaction, more things to do, just stuff like that. And then last year when COVID started, for me, that was surprisingly like a tipping point, because I was like, based on like the things I do know from school, the knowledge I do have right now, I feel like I could be doing a lot more to help the public. So down that line somewhere, I decided, okay, well, nursing school might be the better option for me.
I'm from Iraq, and we almost like live in poverty there. And our healthcare system is not the best. Everything is overly expensive. So my family didn't really have the money for it. So I really just wanted to help out. I wanted to be a part of like just helping, I am going to be like the first nurse in the family. And I just really want to make a difference, and I want to help everyone as much as I can.
I kind of grew up knowing that I wanted to work in healthcare. When I graduated high school, I actually graduated with my CNA license. So I was able to work as a tech, through college or whatever. I originally was thinking about going into medical school, but then with my tech experience, I realized that a lot of the more hands-on stuff is actually done by the nurses, and I wanted to do more hands-on care.
I originally moved here to go to the pharmacy school next door. From all my peers, I would always hear like, oh yeah, those students, they're always on top of everything. They always know what's going on. They would have like meetings between all the schools, and it was like, oh yeah, the Goldfarb students are always on top of their things. So I always had like that very positive notion to begin with. And then once I decide to make that change, it just seemed like the best option. Like it wasn't even worth for me looking around anywhere, because I had heard so many good things about Goldfarb, and it was right there also. So it just worked out well.
After high school, I actually took a year off to work. So, and then I went back to, I went to St. Louis Community College, and that's when I started everything. And that's when, wanted to do nursing. They had a program there, but it was a 2-year wait. So I had to do my prerequisites there and get everything out of the way. And I actually saw that you can transfer. I didn't know about that. I was like, okay, that's cool. I really want to do that. And I saw that Goldfarb was one of the places I can transfer to. So I was like, okay, that's very interesting. So I looked it up. I did my research. I loved everything that they offered. It was so organized. So I said, you know what? I really want to go there. it was the best thing I've ever done.
Since we start college, it's a thing, apply for financial aid, apply for scholarships. And it's no hidden secret how the American education system is set up. Even to get a half decent education, most students have to put themselves thousands and thousands of dollars in debt to do anything. So getting that scholarship, I'm so thankful. I know so many students with me that didn't get that opportunity, and I feel so lucky that I did. Just because I have struggled previously, sometimes not getting enough or just not getting it at all. And it's, that dollar amount we owe at the end of the day just keeps adding up. So just having that scholarship there, it's amazing. I didn't think I would get it, and I was so honored that I did get it. And I just really hope that, this is something that the schools continue doing, because for as much as it's helped me in a positive way financially, I would love for other students to be able to feel that same way also.
I was really surprised when I got my scholarship letter. And I was just amazed by how much I actually got from that. And then a couple weeks later, I actually got another one. And so I was even more excited and surprised for that. And it really changed a lot. I eventually want to go back to school again, probably for anesthesia or even my nurse practitioner's license, but that all costs a lot. So this definitely helps. And this is definitely not something my scholarship donors had to do. They did it out of the goodness of their heart, and I think that's amazing. I hope that eventually I can be able to do that. So I just want to thank them. That's amazing.
This scholarship actually means a lot to me, and it helped me so much, and I'm so grateful. If I could put how I feel into words, it probably won't even be explained. But it definitely made a huge impact on me. Words can't even explain how I feel. It's really life-changing.
I want to get my master's degree after finishing my BSN, so get my MSN. And I'm kind of leaning towards either doing NICU or women's health at the moment, more probably towards women's health. So just depending on where I can get a program like that will really decide where I end up being.
I would really like to get into critical care as soon as I can, the ICU experience, because I want to go to anesthesia school, I think is really what I want to do. And that requires at least 1 year, but most of the time 2 years experience that. So really wherever I can get in there doing that, because I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I worked in the surgical area also, and I just really liked that. So eventually that's what I want to get back into.
After I received my bachelor's, I really want to land a dream job at oncology ICU. I just love working with patients like that. Oh my God. And I actually want to get my master's, hopefully my master's, and just expand. I just want to expand my knowledge. I want to get as many degrees as I can. I really just want to do that. That's a dream. It's a dream to have multiple degrees. I love that.
I think it's a great idea. There's just a lot of people that need help. And if that's something that interests you, this is the time to do that.
You shouldn't give up on what you want to do. Just because of COVID happened or something small, you should not be giving up on something like that, and never feel behind, with your career. It's never too late to start. You should just, if you want it, just go for it. That's what I did. I went for it.
First and foremost, thank you. Thank you so much for the scholarship. It definitely means more than you know. And one thing I'd like to say is, if it's doable for you guys, please don't stop doing scholarships like this, because it helps us students in more ways than most people tend to realize. So thank you, and please continue doing this for other students as well. They will definitely keep you in your prayers, I promise.
thank you for sharing this inspiring video. Avneet, Caitlin, and Noof are wonderful examples of why we are here today. They are examples of how all of you help light the path to distinction. Good evening, everyone. I am Nancy Ridenour, the Maxine Clark and Bob Fox president at Goldfarb School of Nursing at Barnes Jewish College. As you just heard, scholarships are transformative in the lives of our students. Through your generosity, students can focus on their studies rather than financial concerns and other stressors. In some instances, your scholarship gifts are the sole means of support, allowing our students to follow their dreams of becoming a nurse. Susan mentioned our mission of preparing exceptional nurse leaders in an academic, learner-centered environment. Achieving that mission would not be possible without your continued support. Scholarships enable Goldfarb to attract and retain an exceptional, diverse, high potential, and resilient student body. We are so thankful to all of you for what you have done to light the path to distinction for our current and future students, and all you will continue to do as we address the ongoing need to educate the compassionate healthcare leaders of the future. And the future looks very bright. Goldfarb recently completed its 5-year strategic goals and objectives, named the Path to Distinction. It is the blueprint we will use to pave the way to become a nationally recognized leader in nursing education, research, and scholarship. The faculty and students at Goldfarb look forward to walking that path with you, our generous donors, our alumni, and our community. To further highlight our strategic goals and objectives and the impact your gifts make, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Gene Kahn, Goldfarb School of Nursing Board Chair.
Thank you, Nancy, and thank you all for joining us tonight. As an engaged trustee for over 9 years and as the board chair since January 1st, I want to personally thank all of you for your support of Goldfarb with the generous donations you made through the years and particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic that appreciably stressed our students as well as the entire Goldfarb community these past 18 months. I'm extremely pleased and proud to share more about the Path to Distinction, Goldfarb's newly finished and about to be implemented strategic effort to raise the bar higher for our highly regarded School of Nursing. Our strategic goals and objectives, rooted in our mission and vision, represent the culmination of a collaboration between our board, school leadership, faculty, staff, alumni, the foundation, and the broader Goldfarb community. It was truly a team effort, and it is through continued teamwork and the support of our generous donors that will propel us on the path to success. I would be remiss if I did not publicly acknowledge the strategic planning effort that many of the donors participating this evening personally made. The Path to Distinction is based on 3 pillars. First, prepare our students in a diverse, academically rigorous environment to provide exceptional care and leadership. Second, address health disparities in the St. Louis region through a focused approach to community engagement and impact. And last, establish Goldfarb as a leader in nursing research and scholarship. These 3 goals are rooted in an unceasing drive for diversity, equity, and inclusion, which will graduate highly sought-after nurses poised to make dramatic progress towards health equity and positively impact a diverse and informed nursing workforce. In addition, the other foundations for implementation include strong and mutually supportive collaborations and partnerships, a clearly delineated operational structure for implementation, financial discipline, and institutional advancement of the Goldfarb brand, which includes building awareness and will aid in the ongoing recruitment effort for students, faculty, and staff while simultaneously and aggressively pursuing new philanthropic support. This, of course, starts with annual and endowed scholarships, but simultaneously, we will take on the challenge of pursuing capital resources for endowment, chaired professorships, named spaces, research infrastructure, and academic centers, as well as annual fund commitments. We know that with the support from all of you and our generous community, anything is possible. In this spirit, we are here to recognize and celebrate our scholarship donors and recipients, and to remind you, our donors, that everything you do takes us one step closer to realizing our goals and objectives that I have briefly outlined in our quest to become a nationally recognized leader in nursing education. You are propelling the school on the path to distinction, and your gifts in support of scholarships help Goldfarb attract, support, and graduate the best educated, most talented, diverse, and compassionate future clinicians and leaders that our healthcare community so desperately needs. As a scholarship donor myself, and as the chair of a highly engaged, diverse board with strong community participation, I'm truly energized by what the future holds for the Goldfarb School of Nursing at Barnes-Jewish College, and want to extend a special thanks to each of you for attending this evening. And now, I would like to share special sentiments from some of our donors.
You know, the Goldfarb board has been working diligently this year on what we call the path to distinction. We are looking at ourselves today and what we have the capability to become. And Goldfarb is absolutely on a path to be recognized as a leader in academic scholarship and in nursing research. Scholarships are one of the ways that we can attract the very best and brightest people to our campus, and that is critically important to our long-term goals. Personal experience. You know, nurses are very special people. Technically, they're amazing professionals who deliver absolutely the best in medical care and treatment, but that's only a part of the job. Nurses seem to have this unique ability to communicate professionally with doctors and other medical personnel. And then when they're talking with patients and their families, they can deliver important information with compassion and sensitivity that really helps people remain calm during very stressful situations. We just truly appreciate nurses, and our scholarship fund is designed to help some very talented people achieve their goals in their nursing career. During your career, there's going to be some sad times and some discouraging days, but there are going to be far more exciting and satisfying days that are going to prove that you've chosen the right career path. Well, I think we all understand there is just a huge need for more nurses, but fortunately, there's also a pool of absolutely outstanding men and women who would love to become a nurse, but without some financial help, they simply aren't able to afford the required education. You know, a scholarship gift is really much more in my mind than normal charitable giving, because it's a way to offer a helping hand to someone who will actually take that hand and use your gift to prepare themselves to give a great deal more back to their community. And we just feel very good about that partnership we have with future nurses.
Back in 1968, I had a life-shaping event in that I received a scholarship from Jewish Hospital School of Nursing. Without the funds, I probably would not have been able to become the nurse that I did become, and now I just celebrated 50 years of nursing. My dear friend Linda Ann Stam, she went also to become a master's prepared nurse and a family nurse practitioner. Unfortunately, Linda died when she was only 62. So along with other nurses that had worked with her over a good 45 years, and also some of the physicians, shout out to Ira Kider. Hi, Ira, thank you. And also other nurses from various walks, various divisions, and also Linda's family and her cousins, especially Marty and Pat. So we got the initial scholarship started, and now I believe we're on our third scholar that we are giving funds to. We want them to experience a quality education, just like we had received when we were in school. So giving back for the next generation of nurses who were going to be guiding us into my old years for the next 50 years, I also decided to double the amount of scholars I was helping. And this year I decided to start the Diane Benz Scholarship.
One is to bring greater visibility to perioperative services. And that begins with, what is perioperative services and what do we do? And it really is about bringing different teams together, surgeons, nurses, anesthesiologists. We bring them together in a space where it's very stressful, it's very exciting, there's a lot of innovation, it's very dynamic, and we provide care to patients at their most vulnerable times. And so bringing greater visibility to what we can offer, I think is interesting, it's dynamic, it's innovation, it's working with our WashU clinical partners, and also, and probably more importantly, it's a place where we live our values of collaboration, teamwork, respect, safety, and excellence. And so it's a very dynamic environment. If you want to learn, you want to be challenged, you want to be excited about what you do, perioperative services is a place to come. There's an aging population in this country, as we all know. The baby boomer generation is growing older and older, and that includes a lot of our nursing leaders and nursing colleagues as well. St. Louis is one of the cities that actually has declined in population after the 2020 census, and so part of our job is to be able to attract nurses to an area that already is short and has to compete with a number of areas around the country that people might rather want to be. There are several things that set Goldfarb apart from a number of the nursing schools in the St. Louis area, and even nationally. One of the main things is that Goldfarb is aligned with an academic medical campus and with WashU, University School of Medicine. And if you think about what that offers, there's so many things that happen here that don't happen in other places. High acuity transplant cases, solid organ transplants. We do heart transplants, liver transplants, kidney and pancreas transplants. We have a pediatric hospital right here where you get the pediatric experience. High intensity, high acuity obstetrical services for women and infants. All the innovation that comes from WashU in terms of the types of translational medicine that goes on here. Bone marrow transplant patients. We've got high acuity ICUs. We take care of the sickest of the sick in terms of COVID patients. We are healthcare producers, if you will, right? We are growing a product that we are going to put out there to help provide healthcare in the community. But at some point, we are also going to be healthcare consumers. And so these nurses that we're training today aren't just for the patients that are needing their care today. They're going to be for us tomorrow. So we're not just doing it for them, we're doing it for us. Invest in your own future by helping train nurses today. I think for future nurses who want to join the perioperative services field, I'd say show up with an open mind. It isn't just the OR. We have pre, post PACU work. We've got resource nurses. We've got RN first assistant nursing. There's so many different jobs and opportunities in perioperative services to work, to learn, and to lead. You can come to perioperative services and build a career. It's not just a job, it's about a career. And once you spend time in our environment, the skills that you learn are marketable anywhere around the country, and certainly within BJC. So you don't learn much of it, you don't see much of it when you're in school. We're trying to change that through this program to get you to come over and spend some time with us as preceptors, preceptees, if you will. But perioperative services is kind of like St. Louis, you know, unless you go out and seek it and spend a little bit of time there, you don't really know what a gym it is and the value that you're missing. Nursing has undergone an evolution over the last, my career, 40 years I've been a physician. You've gone from diploma nurses to now most nurses are getting their degree nurses to, you know, DNPs and advanced care practice nursing, and it's a very dynamic field with limitless possibilities. And so what I would say is to come in, to have an open mind, to explore, to challenge yourself and find what best fits you. And within the nursing specialties, there are just so many things that you can do that will help your community, that will help your families, that will help you and provide really a very satisfying career for many, many years to come. So explore nursing, it's fantastic. There's so much more that you don't know about it yet, and so more opportunities that you can take advantage of.
Thank you, Diane, Jack, and Jackie, for sharing those truly illuminating comments. I'm Bob Cannon, BJC Group President. Please join me in thanking Nancy Reidenauer and Jean Kahn for shining a light on Goldfarb's plans for the future. I'm excited to see how it all unfolds in the new heights we will achieve in nursing education. It was truly heartwarming to hear from our grateful students about the impact scholarships have had on their educational journey, as well as our generous donors and what motivates them to give. For Sandy and me, establishing the Sandra M. and Robert W. Canyon Annual Scholarship was our way of supporting nursing education in our community. Having grown up in a family of educators, this scholarship is a way of carrying on a tradition to support students and teachers at Goldfarb in pursuit of educational excellence. This has been an enlightening evening, demonstrating the importance of scholarships to the future of our nurse leaders and our School of Nursing. Thank you for all you have done in support of our students and Goldfarb, and we look forward to your continued partnership as we embark on our path to distinction. Please consider sharing something you learned tonight with your friends and family. Tell them about our event or share the video we will be emailing to you in the coming days. The recording will also be posted to the Foundation's website and our Facebook page. On behalf of all of us at the Foundation and Goldfarb School of Nursing, thank you for being such an important part of our mission and the education of our heroes in training. We wish you well and have a good night.